Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Welcome to the worst writer in the world with me, Rufus,
Hooray!
and he's getting on a bit, but he's still sassy, and
yeah.
he lives with his three equally sassy and reasonably old, but not that old friends. It's
Howard G.G. Long.
Thank you to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show. Also, thanks to all of our lovely patrons on Patreon who
Thank you.
continue to support us and make all of this possible.
All of them, except one, all of them.
And especially, but also leastly, thanks to you for listening to this show. And it's episode 4 of The Last Olympian. And do you want to know if the story has started yet? Because I'm going to say it kind of hasn't.
Yeah, it has. Samuel fell, wheeze out a window, goes to work
out a
at
window.
the chewing gums factory.
Pipetting, yeah.
Work a lot, burk a lot.
Work a lot, Burke a lot.
Comes home, goes to a pub with a comedic name, right? And meets somebody.
Well, he meets two people, Kofensi and Megacles.
Yay!
In the pub. Still pretty unclear about what's going on with them, what the relationship is. But yeah, he went to a pub. He met. He had to go out the back and talk to Kofensi and Megacles.
Right.
All right, you ready to get started, Howard?
Yes, please.
Samael says, I follow the news, I know, and I hope for all our sakes the virus is dead. Then Kofensi shouts, it's in capital letters. So Kofensi says, don't be a dick fuck, Samael. All right, that's the line. Don't be a dick fuck, Samael. Stop being a dick fuck, okay? Don't come into my bar and start being a dick fuck. I've told you before, if you come in here and be a dick fuck one more time, you're barred, okay? So stop being a dick. I'm sorry I was a dick fuck. Now, Kofensi says, don't be a dick fuck, Samael. You're supposed to be the smart one, remember?
Yeah, because the opposite of smart is dick fuck.
The last person to die from the virus was when we were kids.
Ooh.
You know the score. We could still be carriers.
I think the worry is that if we rejoin the EU, we might give them the virus.
I guess so.
He's pro-Brexit.
You know the score, Kofensi. We've got to take our sovereignty back.
Did he just make a fence appear then? Is that?
You know the score, Kofensi. It's Kazar as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. You know the score. Kazar! Just made a fence appear. I might change my catchphrase from now on.
Yeah.
Kofensi! All right, brilliant. Do you want to hear my parrot impression while I'm here? You want the Volivant? Oh, that's brilliant. That is. Oh, I could listen to that all day.
Yeah.
I love it when you do your parrot impression. Kofensi says, Samuel says, we could still be carriers. No. They keep us down because it suits them. They pretend we're carriers to secure their champagne lives. Ian Rex is a notorious racist.
Ian.
The city is 90% white meat.
Ooh.
He'll never change the law unless someone gives him positive proof the virus is dead. But who's going to do that? Samael says, I put more faith in honesty and science than in threats and bombs. And then Kofensi says, dick fuck. Again. That's his catchphrase.
Yeah.
And it's in capital letters again, so he's shouting, dick fuck, who am I threatening? You? No, I'm asking for help. Bombs? Tush. His attitude changes very quickly. Oh, dick fuck, who am I threatening? You? No, I'm asking for help. Bombs. Tush. Tush and tish to your bombs. I'm not talking about bombs.
Tush.
Tush, Samael.
He seems like a real gangster, this guy. Tush, he said.
Tush. Samael, I am beyond acts of terrorism. So, what do you want? You. I'm not for sale. I want you to go in.
Ooh.
Come on, go in. Come on, Sam, go in. A bit further, down a bit. Oh, yes, that's the one. Oh, lovely. Coventry!
Yeah.
I want you to go in.
Ooh.
Samael says, in? Where? The city? I want you to work for biotech. I want you to get a job for me. Do you mind getting a job for me? I want you to go work for biotech. Ensure they reveal the truth. The virus is dead.
Ooh.
Ian Rex will have no choice. Ian Rex will have no choice but to rescind the class system. He'll have to if you go and get a job, there'll be no more class system. That's the plot of this film. Okay. Ian Rex is the one that keeps the class system going.
Yeah.
But he's also got the power to just go, okay, no more classes, no more poor people, no more rich people, no more social classes. It's all fine now. We're all the same now. Because I've rescinded it.
Yeah, because you got that job.
Oh, no. Samael got a job and now there's no classes anymore. Now there's no social classes anymore. When you say class system, I suppose that's something very structured and organised, like a caste system that's being enforced constantly. It's not the kind of weird, stupid, ethereal thing we have now.
I think it's something. There's a clue in the title of the movie, actually.
The Last Olympian. Is there?
Yeah. What do Olympians get when they go to the Olympics?
Sorry, I was thinking of Olympians as in the Olympian gods.
Oh, right, no.
I forgot that is Olympian someone who goes to the Olympics as well.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, maybe they're not. Maybe they're not, and I'm just bad. I mean, that's very, very likely.
I so don't watch the Olympics, and I so do spend too much time reading Greek myths.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, I've got to say, my idea of what this film was going to be about was probably a lot more exciting than it actually is. The Last Olympian, well, I thought it was going to be like the final Olympian, the final Greek god kind of thing.
You thought you were getting Clash of the Titans, did you?
I thought it's going to be like Zeus versus Hades or something.
I'm afraid not. There's no Greek gods in the script.
Oh, shit.
There's somebody called Ian Rex. That's his.
And someone who did doing the ribbon at the Olympics. But they're the only one left. Someone who was good at jumping. The Olympics is just jumping, right?
Yeah.
Have we said this before?
The
Olympics is just different types of jumping.
Yeah.
It is various forms of jumping. It is a festival of jumping. Right? You jump into the water. You jump over a pole using a different pole. You jump into a sand pit. And whoever can jump furthest into the sandpit wins.
Yeah. You run and jump.
Yeah, exactly. Even running is just lots of little jumps.
That's right. Get on a horse, jump something on the horse.
Yeah, absolutely. Play football, jump. Football is a lot of jumping. There's running involved as well, but that is lots of little jumps. Football is just a lot of jumping with a ball involved. Football is jumping with a ball. Yeah. And in a sense, doesn't that ball do a lot of jumping itself?
I guess
it should be called jump ball.
I guess jumping is to sports what a pizza base is to a pizza. You can't have a pizza without the dough. You can't have sport without jumping.
This is not a pizza. This is just some tomatoey cheese. Just because you made it circular doesn't make it a pizza. It's not a pizza if you don't have the base, and it's not the Olympics if you don't have jumping.
Plus, if you just put tomato and cheese in your oven, it's just going to go straight through the rack and be on the bottom of the oven, isn't it? So you need the jumping. The jumping is, you can't have the Olympics without jumping.
Now you've just got a dirty oven. You haven't got a pizza, you've got a dirty oven, right? But if you have the bread, you have the base, then you've got a pizza. And similarly, with the Olympics.
Yeah.
If you don't have the jumping, it's just a lot of people sitting around in leotards.
Yeah. Running under sticks instead of trying to get over them.
Yeah, you can't run because running is jumping too.
Yeah.
It'd have to be that fast walking that people do, where you're not. The whole point is the reason it's not running is because you can't have both feet off the ground at the same time.
I guess you
or
could
whatever.
roll. It would just be people rolling around everywhere, rolling under things.
Yeah, like all the gymnastics is all jumping. I suppose you could do some of the like horse stuff or the the gymnastics.
Oh no, that's
on
jumping.
the horse when they're.
How'd you get on the
No,
horse?
but- Oh shit. Anyway, write in and tell us which Olympic events you think are not actually just jumping in disguise. Right? We'll have a challenge. See how many Olympic events are not jumping, but also if you want to be more on our side, which Olympic events that we haven't already mentioned do you think actually secretly are jumping? Obviously things like diving and all gymnastics and all the ones that are called something jump.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, those are the easy ones, but which others can you identify?
If you're at home thinking, well, I know one for certain, F jumping, that's not jumping, you're wrong. F jumping is definitely jumping. It's just jumping in disguise.
F jump. In case you're confused, Howard is referring to a long-standing joke that we make where the Master in Doctor Who disguises himself really well, but then makes the foolish mistake of insisting that whatever name he uses while he's in disguise is an anagram of the Master. And eventually he runs out and he just goes around calling himself F Master. That was more our little flight of fancy on the end. And Doctor, but Doctor Who still doesn't get it. Oh, hey, F Master, it's nice to meet you. Let's go on a TARDIS adventure. You're really clever.
What a nice beard you have, F Master. And lovely black clothes. Is that your TARDIS over there, F Master?
Oh, why are you killing me? Oh my god, shit. So Kafensi wants Samael to get a job so that they can rescind the class system.
Good.
And Samael says, Kafensi! That is the first line, the first word. Kafensi, if I could work for biotech, I would, believe me. But I'm as bronze as you. I may look silver, but fingers don't lie.
Wow.
That's a lot of words, wasn't it?
Okay, so I can explain it all because that's what we were saying before about the Olympians. Because you said about the class system. The class system is bronze, silver, gold. So the gold people are the best.
Oh, fuck.
The silver people are like the middle class, and the bronze people all have to piss out of windows.
And fingers don't lie is that this is all in some kind of database.
Yes.
And to get into places, they have to put their right hand on a right hand reader.
Yeah.
And that says, oh, this is a bronze person. Don't let them in the good places.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. But he's saying I may look silver because this is a super racist society and white people tend to be middle class.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think that's going to come across at this point in the film, or do you are you going to turn up and go, okay, everybody, I'm just going to need to explain this line that I've written because I haven't set much of this up yet, or is it meant to be intriguing?
Yeah, maybe it's meant to be intriguing. I don't think that you should have to understand what people are saying, so long as not everything makes no sense, right? As long as it's not one of those movies where some people are making a time machine in the garage and you don't understand a word they say for half an hour, and then I think I'll probably just turn this off.
All right, Kafensi says, Mortimer Sykes, a pro chemist.
I guess he gives blowjobs for rum.
It's hyphenated.
He's hyphenated.
It's hyphenated, which feels like it means he's like in favour of chemists. Like the opposite of an anti-chemist. You know Mortimer Sykes, he loves chemists. Yeah. He thinks they're great. He's always going to chemist rallies and talking about who.
I think most people are pro-chemist, aren't they? I mean,
I've certainly never met anyone who's anti-chemist, but at the same time, I don't think I've met anyone who's pro-chemist either. I think the thing is most people have never considered it, and so most people are kind of ambivalent about.
Well, maybe our natural state, we're not aware of it, but our natural state is pro-chemist, and we just don't know.
Yeah.
And
so Kafensi really doesn't need to point this out because some of them, why are you pointing out that's like saying Mortimer Sykes, a person who has a head. Mortimer Sykes, a pro-chemist, was due to take a post at biotech, but he died.
Ooh.
So he probably hasn't got a head.
Yeah.
Samael says, you killed him. And Kefensi says, irrelevant! Dick fuck! He doesn't say dick fuck this time, but he does.
He should, yeah.
He does shout it. Irrelevant. He's dead. We transplant the fingers of the right hand and his right eye to you. Ooh, body shock. Transplant his fingers.
We're going to do a
notice.
finger transplant. A famous finger transplant.
you know that famous operation finger transplant. I mean, at least do the hand, right? Because if you do the fingers, you're going to a place like a high security place where they've got a hand print thing where you put your hand on the thing and the guard's like looking at your hand.
We don't know
It's
that. That's
looking
just
at your
something
hand,
I said.
and
That's
do they notice the stitches in your fingers? They're like, why are these obviously fingers that have been transplanted onto you? That seems highly suspicious. Also, you've got a black man's nose and a black man's fingers. What's going on? What's going on? You're a white guy. Shoot him in the head. I think you should do the hand. I think I would worry about this much less if they were like, we're going to transplant your right hand with a dead man's hand.
I mean, it's not real, you know. It's not real, Rufus. You don't need to worry about poor Samuel having finger transplants.
I'm very worried about him because it's going to be obvious and the guards are going to notice. But if they do a whole hand transplant, then all he has to worry about is if those hands used to belong to a murderer, right?
Yeah.
And then they start trying to murder people and him,
Yeah.
like happened to Michael Caine that time. So Samuel says, you killed him, and Kefensi says, irrelevant, he's dead. We transplant the fingers of the right hand and his right eye to you. Nobody's any the wiser, as long as they don't look too closely and notice all those stitches on your fingers. To all intents and purposes, you're him. You'll be a silver.
Ooh.
No way on earth. It's insane. You're insane.
Agreed.
We have a qualified surgeon ready to... And then Samael says, Kefi. Right? No, Kefi, my old friend Kefi. Are you even remotely aware of what you're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I am. I mean, I just said it. It's not like I could just... Oh, shit. I didn't just ask you to cut your fingers off and your eye out. I keep doing that. I stop paying attention for a few seconds and suddenly I'm asking someone to cut all their fingers off and replace it with a murderer.
Yes, because I've got a murderer's mouth just speaking for me. Because I lost my mouth in an accident.
And I had to have it replaced with a murderer's. Now I go around saying terrible things to people. By the way, do you mind if I murder you? Fortunately, I don't have a murderer's hands, so I only tell people I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, I'm like the head of some kind of crime organization, so I keep telling people to do terrible things, and they do it because I'm the boss. Anyway, surgeon, would you mind cutting this guy's hands off and replacing them with a murderer's, please? Kefi, are you even remotely aware of what you're asking me? Mm-hmm. You're the only one who can do it, Samael. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Why? Look out there. Hey, everywhere. Look at me. this feels oddly familiar. Look out! I'm going to try and do it as it's meant to be because I don't think I'm being fair to it. Obviously, the way it's not meant to be performed is, look out there. Hey, everywhere. Look at me. Sykes is white. Right. Sykes is the guy who mentioned earlier, right? Who was Sykes?
He's a pro chemist.
Mortimer Sykes, he's pro chemist.
He's pro chemist.
Oh, he's the dead guy.
He loves chemists.
He's the guy who Samuel's going to take the identity of.
He's a dead guy. He's a dead chemist-loving guy.
Right. So Samuel's like, why me? Kefensi's, you're the only one who can do it. Why? And Kefensi says, look out there. Hey, everywhere. Look at me.
Wow.
Sykes is white.
That was a pretty amazing... There was some really good acting there.
What he's saying is, you, Samael, you're the only white guy. And if I turn up a black guy with white fingers, putting my hand on a reader, going, it's all fine, don't worry, look at me rings. Do you like me rings so you can't see the joint? I'm wearing loads of rings. Yeah. They might notice that. They might notice. Then wait, Kefensi, wait. Why risk everything? Your life, mine. Biotech will prove the virus is dead. Your trust in your slavers is incomprehensible. You're not a better option. Kefensi looks wounded. Sammy, sometimes.
Oh wow, they're both really pally now, aren't they? Kefi, Sammy.
yeah. Sammy, baby, sweetheart. Sometimes the only way to bring change is to take extreme measures. Got to agree with him there.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if that extreme measure should be cutting your own hand off.
It's not.
Well,
His
sorry,
fingers. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't want to be too extreme. I'm not asking you to take the whole hand off, just your fingers.
just the fingertips. Samael shakes his head. Not me. Samael departs. The bodyguards return. Megacles, that's the correct way to pronounce it. I'm doing that properly. Megacles says, "What happened?" What I expected, says Kefensi. And that's the end of the scene.
I'll tell you what happened there. I'll tell you exactly what happened there. The refusal of the call to adventure is what happened there.
What happened? Why did the hero say no and leave? Don't worry. I've been reading Joseph Campbell's The Hero with 1,000 Faces, and this is supposed to happen. Now he'll go home and his aunt and uncle will be dead. Because I arranged for some droids to burn him up. I forget how I had some droids set him on fire.
He'll get home and find he doesn't have an aunt and uncle anymore, but he's got two pieces of toast.
Two very crispy skeletons that Ohio Grant's busy eating as he gets there, and he's going to be very upset about that. Then he'll come back here and he'll say, "Oh, Kefensi," or actually he'll be quite upset, so he might call me Kefi again. He'll say, "Oh, Kefi, oh my good friend Kefi, you were right. I should have said yes when you said, will you cut your fingers off and cut your eye out for me? If only I'd said yes, maybe me aunt and uncle wouldn't be dead and skeletons on fire, being eaten by Ohio Grant." Ohio Grant really should have turned up and eaten Uncle Owen and Aunt What's Name, right? Because they weren't just skeletons; they were cooked skeletons.
Yeah. Right. Well, maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe he only likes them raw.
Maybe he likes cold skeletons. Yeah,
maybe he
salad
likes
skeletons.
sushi skeletons. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe George Lucas probably isn't aware.
I think George Lucas in the 1970s wasn't aware of Ohio Grant.
Yeah, maybe not.
Wanting to eat skeletons.
Yeah.
Okay, so Samael has refused the call to adventure and left Kefensi in the pub.
Oh.
Exterior factory day. The sun hangs high. Another balmy day. The white officer bats at flies with a fan. Cut 2. Interior factory day. The machinery hums and whirs. Cut 2. Interior office day. Samael works at his computer. A supervisor knocks and enters. He is a young black dude. I don't know why all the black characters are dudes in this, but they are. With a very cute young Chinese woman. She is called Shin. The supervisor says, "Samael, this is Shin."
She wants to be careful because, like, Kefensi will probably want to like amputate her and replace her with a different Shin. That's what I'm thinking because he's insane.
Oh, well, I'm not sure where you were going with that sentence. It's like waiting for something quite scary.
I'm going to amputate your Shin. Why? What are you do that for? Because of biotechnology. Because of all the shin detectors you need to. You got to pass the shin detector.
Oh, it's very. If you want to get to gold level, you have to use a shin detector, and so I've got to amputate this woman. No, are you sure? Is this one of those situations where the murderer's mouth is talking again? I think Are you aware of what you're saying? Oh, no, you're right, I'm not. I wasn't listening again. Flipping murderer's mouth. No, I won't amputate this woman. I won't do that. So the supervisor says, "Samael, this is Shin." Samael stands. "Hello?" And Shin says, "Friend, Mr. Samael." I've decided she's Penny. She's Penny from Collider. Samael says, "Likewise, I'm sure." Is that how people greet each other? Friend, Mr. Samael. Or is this going to be a really awful?
I think it's a Pidgin English character, right?
Yeah. Oh no. Well, she doesn't seem to have Oh, God. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of lines. I've only found 3, but they're pretty fucking bad. The supervisor says, "She's our latest puppet. Benny's been putting her through the mill. She's supposed to be
Benny?
a packer."
Benny?
She's been in the bin with Benny. She's been in Benny's bin. He's been putting her through the mill in his bin. Oh, mixed metaphor. Benny's been putting her through the mill. She's supposed to be a packer, but it turns out she knows driving.
Ooh.
Could be a standby busser or delivery. She could be a delivery. If we want her to. Will you take her on the drug run later? Watch her. So that was a lot of words as well, right? So she's a new puppet. What does that mean? She's our latest puppet.
She works here.
So employee.
Yeah.
All right. Benny's been putting her through the mill. That means he's been explaining things in the bin.
Yeah.
Right.
How to hide from Officer Dibble, that kind of thing, you know.
yeah. She's supposed to be a packer, like it's a factory, right?
Yeah.
So packing boxes or something. But it turns out she knows driving, so she could be a standby busser or delivery.
Yeah, because I guess not many people can drive.
So busser would be someone who drives the buses?
Yeah.
And delivery driver would be a delivery driver, right? Okay. Will you take her on the drug run later? Watch her. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Samael says, "Sure, I'd be happy to." Good. He exits. Supervisor exits.
Bye, Jason Statham. Bye.
Thanks for doing a cameo. Hope you enjoy the £8 million it cost to get you to do those 4 lines. Yeah. He exits. Samael smiles at Shin, who smiles back cutely. Shin, impersonating a car, goes rum, 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 rum.
She is cute.
That's the end of that scene.
She
looks back cutely and goes rum, rum.
Yay! Unky Samael! Me butter now! Yay! To have the butter take drugs to people.
So, Samael has met Shin, who is a comedy racial stereotype.
No.
And she is his new driver to deliver drugs that he makes. Is that correct? She's gonna, because he can't drive. She's gonna drive him to deliver his drugs. Cut to interior goods lorry, late afternoon. The sun is setting. Ooh. The ride is bumpy in this petroleum-powered old beast. Ooh. Shin drives and Samael directs. They drive over the Thames, not over Tower Bridge.
No.
Thanks for telling us. Oh well, that only leaves about 8 other bridges they could possibly be using. They drive over the Thames, and that's only, obviously there's a lot more. The Thames is a very long river. They drive over the Thames, not over Tower Bridge, rather a more recent bridge built across the Thames barrier. That's in my neighbourhood again. They reach very heavy security. Guards with guns thoroughly go over the van with bomb detectors. Ooh. So Samael says they're inside the van talking to each other while it's getting checked, I guess. So, do you want to know what we do here? And Shin says, "Drive da van." That's what it says. That's what it says. Drive da van? Drive da van? Samael says, yeah, well done. And in the back of the van, we have some very fuck 'em up drugs. Not too fuck 'em up, mind. Else we'd sell less. But the poshies get very bored, see? They have everything they could possibly need, and so they want to forget. What? I dunno. But something about having a perfect life just isn't perfect enough for them. So what I do is make really long speeches. What I do is make some volume 11 brain bendy. What I do, my job, is make volume 11 brain bendy. I am a volume 11 brain bender. And then, because I give them volume 11 brain bending, then they forget. See? I'm the guy that helps them forget. The guards run print readers on Samael and Shin. And a guard says, okay. And they drive off. 2, exterior, rear warehouse, evening.
Ooh.
It is darker now.
Of course, it's the evening.
I have observed how days work. Samael pauses for a while and wipes the sweat from his brow as he gazes up at the city lights nearby. The job done, he returns to Laurie.
The job, that was his job, was it? Wiping his brow and looking at lights. Right, clocking off now.
Some people got it easy, haven't they? You know, me, right, toiling in the
biscuit shop.
Biscuit mines, toiling in the biscuit mines. I don't know your world well enough to know what people do yet. You see, I was in a bit of an improv cul-de-sac, but you helped me out. Yeah. Toiling in the biscuit mines, me, right? When all you do, get in a van with a racist stereotype, right? Go across the river where all the nice buildings are, you know, all the good restaurants, wipe your brow, get paid. I'm in the biscuit mines 24 hours a day.
Should have applied for the brow wiper job, shouldn't you?
Fucking hell. That was my opportunity as well. At school, we get asked, got 2 choices, biscuit mine, brow wiping.
I thought it was you had to wipe somebody else's brows. I don't want to do that, getting their sweat all over me. I didn't realise you just get to wipe your own brow all day.
Yeah, I thought it said brown wiping. I thought it was a euphemism for wiping other people's arseholes. I like that, biscuit mine, thank you very much. I might get some free biscuits. Lovely. Turns out, no, just driving a van, wiping your own brow. Fucking easiest job in the world. No, what is the job? The job done. That's the delivering drugs, is it? Is that what they did?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, hang on. No, I've missed a scene. That's what I've done.
Okay, well, there you go then. That's why.
All right. Cut 2, exterior, rear warehouse, dusk. Not far from the north bank of the Thames are a series of warehouses in an area which, by happen chance, is called Silvertown. Ooh.
When it gets to dusk now, but you don't want to be there after dark, because after dark, of course, those warehouses, they're gonna turn into houses. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a werewolf, right? Turns into a wolf. So a warehouse, so it would have to be a person who at full moon just becomes a house. Less dangerous. But I mean, I don't know. It depends what situation you're in. If you were like, you know, getting saucy with them, they were on top. Then you might be in trouble. Otherwise, probably fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, good use of the word happen chance there. Is that
Thank
normal
you.
in scripts in the description?
Yes.
Happen chance. The lorry is parked up and Samael helps the white workers unload stuff and carry it inside. Shin sits in the lorry. Thank goodness she's not saying anything. Cut 2, exterior, rear warehouse, evening. It is darker now. Samael pauses for a while and wipes the sweat from his brow as he gazes up at the city lights nearby. The job done, he returns to lorry and sees. I think that's the lorry because it's got a capital L, so I feel like that is a character.
And they were definitely driving a van, right? Or a bus.
All right.
It's just
so. Who is Laurie then?
Yeah.
When did Lorraine arrive?
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing for you, right? A lot of Chinese people. Shin is Chinese, right? Is that right?
I don't know.
What Chinese people, they like kids, they learn English at school, and they're encouraged to choose an English name for themselves.
Ah, yeah.
And then when they come to this country to study English, and like I often am their teacher, they want to use that English name. And from the point of view of like from my side, it feels super racist because I'm like, no, it's like I'm doing my best to learn everyone's name, no matter how difficult it is for me, no matter what language it comes from, and then. Chinese students come up and like, my name's
Alan.
Yeah, my name's Alan. Yeah. But the thing is, it's not so bad now, but when I first started teaching in the 2000s, right, what seemed to have happened was they must have had like lists of names. They must have like when they were at school, they must have had lists of names. And for some reason, all the women's names were super old fashioned.
Yeah.
So I'd get these like 20-year-old Chinese women who'd turn up and they're like, my name's Edna. Right? And they're like, as is Ethel and Barbara. And it was just all these really odd names that were very unfashionable, like our great grandparents kind of.
Now they're all called Crystal, are they?
No, they just seem a bit more like regular names now, like they just like updated the lists so they're not like First World War names kind of thing, you know. But this is if Laurie is short for Lorraine. Like a few months ago, I had a Taiwanese student who wanted to be called Lorraine. So that is a name that basically what I'm saying is if Shin is Chinese, Laurie is probably Taiwanese.
Well, it could just be the name of the van. The van's got a name as well.
Lorraine the van.
Yeah. Because it's the future, so it's talking vans, isn't it?
All right, so the job done. He returns to Laurie, his van, and sees Shin is missing. He looks around. The Whiteys are sat around smoking. They ignore him.
So racist.
He sees a gate is open by the side of the warehouse and goes to investigate. Exterior side warehouse, evening. He looks through and in the distance sees Shin making off. Samael says, crud.
Crud.
He looks back to check on the Whiteys. They aren't looking. He considers. Then, not wanting to, but feeling he must, he goes after her. Cut 2. Exterior stroke interior, the gold bar, evening.
Okay.
That's like he's got one leg in and one leg out, right? That's what that means.
You're doing the hokey cokey.
I love the fact I love the fact that in the US it's called the hokey pokey. I think that's fucking hilarious, right? Every time I hear someone say hokey pokey, that makes me laugh. That is so funny. I mean, hokey cokey is just some stupid noises, but I don't know which one came first, but it doesn't matter because hokey pokey is a definite improvement because hokey cokey is 2 words that mean nothing. And it's like Americans went, no, it's funnier if one of those words is pokey. Especially considering there's no poking involved, so that's a bit of a wild card as well. Samael comes to the exterior of a bar stroke restaurant. It is golden inside. because this is a rich place. And Howard's understanding of what rich places are decorated like has not changed since he was like 13 and wrote The Mystery of the Golden Bus. It has got gold walls.
That's right.
But otherwise it's like Butlins.
Yeah. yeah, absolutely.
It is, because it's golden inside lit up with fairy lights. You're
Beautiful.
so basic. There are people in green jackets leading the hokey pokey, doing a knobbly knee.
Yes. yeah.
But a gold knobbly knees contest, where the winner gets a dime hat.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat down to every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. If you'd like more, then go to patreon.com/manbycow, where you can get just an enormous amount of stuff immediately for just $2. Just the great big back catalogue of years of entertainment.
Yep.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye,
Bye-bye,
Milk.
Milk.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.